Hi, I'm Stewart from the Norfolk Honey Company and welcome to our back garden, where today I wanted to introduce you to a new product that we're stocking. And this came about really as a result of us starting to use some of the poly hives. What I really wanted to do was to be able to give the hives a really good clean and then be able to somehow disinfect them after we'd carried out either a spring clean or when a colony may have died out in the hive for a particular reason. I'm really pleased to say that we've found this product, Eversafe Bee Care and Hive Wash, which will allow us to first of all clean out the hive and then be able to spray the disinfectant on the interior areas of the hive and allow that to dry, and that will kill off things like bacteria and mould. One of the important things for me is to maintain that integrated pest management system that I operate, and particularly I think with the poly hives, maybe I don't see it so much with the wooden hives because it's hidden, but with this particular hive, which I cleaned probably about 4 or 5 months ago, we've actually got the start of some black mould that's growing inside, and I'll show you it in a moment. And whilst that might or might not be problematic for the bees, I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to put bees back into this hive, that I give them the very best opportunity that I possibly can. So having looked around at what's available, the very nice people at Eversafe talked to me about the Bee Care and Hive Wash disinfectant, and you can get it in a concentrate and also in a spray bottle already diluted, and we stock both of these. So do take a look at the website. I'll post all of the links below in the description. And it dilutes down with just 2%, so you take 10 mils of this solution and you dilute it into a standard 500 ml spray bottle. So you're going to get 50 litres out of just 1 litre of hive wash. So this is going to last a real long time. One of the things that they do say is that you need to immerse the hive parts into the disinfectant for 2 minutes to make it most effective. For me, that's impractical, but what I think we can do is to give the hive a good clean, wash all the propolis and wax away in some hot water with washing soda, give it a rinse, and then simply spray the disinfectant onto the internal parts of the hive and allow it to just air dry. So we can put it in the garage, in the workshop, and just allow it to air dry. Once it's dry, it's no problem for the bees at all. However, you don't want to be spraying this anywhere near the hive because it will affect the bees. So don't use it in the hive while you've got bees, but certainly on empty hives. And I'm going to use it on some of the wooden hives as well, because although I scorch them, it's always useful to have something else in the armoury to fight against things like bacteria and viruses and things. So let me just show you what we've got here. This is one of our Maysmore hives, and as I say, we washed it out, gave it a good clean in the autumn. So it's still in its dismantled state, so we've taken off the open mesh floor. And if I just hold this up, you can see that around the edges we've got this black mould that's started to develop, and whilst it may or may not be a problem to the bees, anything we can do to help the bees in terms of health I think is really important. So that's why I'm going to be using this on our equipment. So all you have to do is to literally just mix it up and spray. So let's open up this bottle. You need 20 mils, so I've got a syringe here where I can draw up 20 mils of the solution. So there we've got 20 mils. Let's pop the lid back on so we don't spill the concentrate. I've already put 480 mils of water in here, as close to 480 mils as I can measure out accurately, and then we're just going to put this into our spray bottle. And of course, the important thing here is to make sure that you know exactly what's in your spray bottle. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to write on the outside of the bottle Bee Care and Hive Wash. So I've got that marked up so I can't mistake it for anything else and go around spraying the plants in the garden or something. So give it a bit of a shake. If you wanted to, you could wear some gloves. I would normally, if I were out inspecting, I'd normally wear gloves with the washing soda and detergent mix that I use. But today I don't think there's any real need, as we're in the back garden. I don't need to be wearing my gloves. So we've given that a mix. Let's just turn this to the spray position. And then all we're going to do is just gently spray all the way around the inside of the floor, particularly, I think. It's got a pleasant smell. It smells like it's going to do the job. So we've given it a good soak. And now that we can just leave so that we've got the disinfectant in contact with the floor, and just leave that to dry. So then the next step is to spray the brood box. So I'm going to do the underside first. So we'll just give it a quick spray all the way around. So all the exposed faces. And then we'll just spray the inside. And that can then come down, sit on the floor, and we'll just do the exposed faces on the top, and particularly along the runner section. On the Maysmore hives, it has integral runners, so getting it down in the corners is where it's been probably most difficult to clean, and also in the corners where the joins are. That's another spot that is always difficult to clean. So we'll leave that to sit on there. And then we've got the queen excluder. Just do both sides of the queen excluder. And then both sides of the cover board. And then finally the roof. The other thing is this open mesh floor grill. It's got one or two dark areas on it, so I'm going to give that a spray as well. And then we'll put this back inside. we can leave this outside now, just put the strap back on and allow the sun to warm it and to dry it out. And then in probably 2 or 3 days time, it'll be okay to use once it's fully dry. We won't be using this, we're heading towards the last week of February. We won't use this particular hive until late March. So if you get it all cleaned up early enough, then it'll have an adequate time to be able to dry out and to be ready for use. So the other use for this is going to be for cleaning my hive tools. Well, maybe not so much the cleaning part, but at the end of each apiary inspection, I think what I'll do is I'll just use the solution to spray over the hive tools and leave them in the back of the truck ready, so that when we move on to the next apiary, all I've got to do is just wipe it dry and then it's good to go. And I know that I will have done everything I possibly can to prevent the spread of any diseases through my apiaries. If you'd like to take a look at the product, then please do pop over to our website, which is www.norfolk-honey.co.uk, and take a look at the products listed there. We have some in stock, and if you have any questions, then please do drop us a message either beneath the video or send us a message from the website as well. Don't forget to connect with us via all of our social media feeds. That's Instagram and Twitter, both with the name Norfolk Honey Co. We also have our Facebook group, which is Stewart's Beekeeping Basics. And don't forget our Patreon page, where you can access lots more content as we move through into the season. We'll be producing 3 videos a week. We have our podcast, which comes out on a weekly basis. And also we've got our newsletter, which you can sign up to on our website as well. Well, that's it for today. We're going to head off and treat some of our other polystyrene hives now, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching.